All right. So you allowed me today to ask you some questions without you knowing the questions beforehand.
Yes.
You ready for this?
Was that a mistake, y'all? I don't know.
We'll see.
Go ahead.
All right. So before we get started in our talk today, I
Yes.
got a little bone to pick with you.
Okay.
Why'd you put that old crazy looking thumbnail of me up? Why'd you do that? Why did you put that thumbnail of me looking like that up on our last video? That
I didn't
thumbnail
see a problem
that
with it.
thumbnail made me look crazy. And then you gonna say, well, you should have smiled.
You should have
I'm like,
smiled.
what in the world?
That's what you get when you take pictures and you don't smile.
Well, listen, there's no way in
You're
the
you all. My husband is known for not smiling in pictures, like family, friends, everybody knows. So when he does smile in a picture, they go, "How did you get him to smile?" So I guess I picked a picture where you weren't smiling.
it looked like she picked up a homeless guy on the street and took a picture with him. That thumbnail looked bad. That's all
It
I'm gonna
did
say. That
not.
thumbnail looked bad. Okay, so you agreed that we would not do any. This would be a preemptive episode today. So
Yes.
I get to ask you
I don't
any
know if I trust
question.
my husband with these crazy questions he's going to ask me, but go
No.
ahead.
Okay. All right. So today, the topic that you did not know we were going to talk about, and I got some questions for you,
Okay.
is parenting.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
you didn't know what we was going to talk about. So I got some questions for you. Okay.
Oh boy. Okay.
All right. So the first question is now, just to give you a little background, we have five adult children and we have eight grandchildren.
Yes.
Our son, they just had a set of one set of is it
Twin girls.
twin girls, so
Uh
that
huh.
made eight. That took
Yes.
us to eight.
Yes.
So we have always had different parenting styles, but today
Completely different.
we're going to talk about your parenting style.
My perfection of parenting.
Uh huh. Yeah, let the kids tell it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So first question:
Mm-hmm.
how would you describe your parenting style when our children were younger?
You would put me on the spot, wouldn't you? How would I describe my parenting style? Like, is this like a multiple choice question?
No,
Like,
no multiple choice. No multiple choice. I got just a couple questions
uh,
for you.
okay.
Okay.
So, if I were to ask you, you would probably say
Uh
that I was too soft with the kids.
huh.
So, to my defense, I had to be the softer parent because you were like,
We ain't talking about me.
you were tough. You were like militant.
Well, I got okay. You
So
jumping
I had
ahead.
to
You
be.
jumping ahead. You got to just
So I
describe
had to be.
your
Okay.
describe your
So
style.
I think I had a good balance. I
Okay.
would say. So in your eyes, I would say you thought I was too soft. When I asked the kids that question, they I think they would say that I have a good balance or had a good balance when they were growing up. Maybe.
Yeah, let's get our kids on here to
Right?
interview you. I mean, to talk about how your parenting style was, not mine, because
There's a two-part reason for that, but we can talk about that later.
yeah,
But
my kids would be like, "Yo, Dad, you were man." So
hmm
I just had to adjust the sound.
you
I
were
seen
sergeant.
our meter went up a little bit, so if we got any crackle in there, I just had to adjust the sound. Okay, so how would you say you describe your parenting style when our kids were younger?
So I think I had a balance, but I would probably lean more towards the softer side of
Okay,
parenting.
okay, all right, that's fair. What do you think came naturally to you as a mother?
Nurturing, hands down.
Oh,
Nurturing. Like I loved and still love. I love my adult babies now, but I love my babies, and I that definitely came natural to me.
yeah,
Just the love that I poured onto them, protecting them,
yeah.
completely natural.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would agree to that
yeah,
wholeheartedly. Like you are, and I remember having to tell you, like, baby, it's okay to cut the cord.
yeah,
Like with
yep.
our youngest son, he's 21 now,
hmm
and I say, okay, baby,
You had to
time to cut,
encourage me
time to
because
cut the
that was
cord.
tough.
Yeah, it's time to cut the cord. Um, what part of parenting was the hardest for you?
The hardest part would be probably two things is, and I didn't understand this until a little bit later in hindsight, was that each of our children were different. and what
Hmm.
worked for one wouldn't necessarily work for the other. And I think I made that mistake a lot of times with trying to discipline each one the same way,
Yeah.
trying to handle each one the same way, and not realizing that no, they are individual children with individual
Yeah.
personalities,
Yeah.
needs. So you have to handle them accordingly. So I
Yes.
didn't always understand
Yeah.
that.
I remember uh, Josh, and we would put him in a corner,
Yep.
and you could take everything from him, and you put him in a corner, and he'll play with his
He would
fingers.
entertain himself with his fingers, a rubber band. He didn't. You would take his toys, a video game, everything away from, just strip him down naked, and he would sit there and he
He
would
was
entertain. He was our middle child at the time, and he had middle child
so
syndrome in every
yes,
sense of the word.
yes,
But he,
yes,
yeah, he still to this day he beats to the beat of his own drum,
yes.
and
But
yeah, yeah.
I can say that him being an adult, a full adult now,
Hmm.
and having a family and having a business, and the God took those fingers that he was always fidgeting with and gave him a construction
He
business.
sure did.
And so seriously, my son he took those fingers that our son would just fiddle with in
Hmm.
the corner
Hmm.
and gave him gifted hands
Yep.
to start a construction
And
business
he always had that gift of being able to take things apart, figure out what
and
makes
put
it
it back
tick, put
together.
it back together.
Yeah.
Like he always had that curiosity.
Okay. All right. What did you learn about yourself through parenting?
What did I learn about myself through parenting? But I did not have all the answers.
Mm,
That I needed that balance of you. The kids need both parents, and of course that's not always a reality in a lot of households. But they need both parents because that's where the balance comes in at.
yeah.
So where I was too soft, that's where you came in.
Yeah.
To balance out the sternness, So, oh, and that's also probably the one of the hardest things I had to do was discipline. Is
Mm,
Yeah, that that was tough.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so we were young parents.
Hmm.
We had kids young. We got married young.
Yeah.
So by us still being babies ourselves, there are a lot of things that we mishandled. A lot of
Hmm.
things that there was a lot of because we were still going through our teen and young adult years because we got married at 19 and 21.
Yeah, I was still 18.
You was not 18.
I,
You were
we're not
19.
gonna keep having this conversation,
I
sir.
was
I was 18. In fact, I was 3 weeks away
from
from
being.
turning 19.
There
So I
you
was still
go.
18,
Yeah.
and you were 21.
Was I?
Yes.
No. Uh,
But yes, we were young
so we
parents.
were young parents. So
Yes.
how did you handle the emotional weight of parenting with us being so young? How did you handle the
Oh,
emotional weight
that
of
was
that?
that was difficult
Mm,
because we were teenagers.
yeah.
I was 14, with my first,
Mm,
and 14, 16, and 19. So by the time I was 19,
mm.
in fact, when we were getting married, I was walking down the aisle pregnant with the
Pregnant.
third
Yeah.
child. So 19 with three babies.
Yeah.
That was, even though I enjoyed raising our babies, um, even at that young age,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but it was the most difficult thing
Mm,
that I've ever had to do,
yeah.
especially at that young age. Still babies ourselves, still trying to figure out who we were.
Mm,
Um, that was tough. And I look
yeah.
back now, I don't know how in the world. Well, I know
Well, we know how. We
how.
know how.
Yeah, but to raise children, to be that young raising kids, and then our children, turned out pretty okay.
Oh my
You
goodness.
know?
You would think with our background that had God not got in, we would have
Yeah.
been a crazy house.
Oh man.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yep.
had God not got into our lives and began to really restructure us as individuals, heal us of our traumas,
Mhm.
heal us of our
Mhm.
pains, then I believe that, yeah, there are some traumas that we pushed on to our kids.
Yeah.
And through the healing nature of God and us as parents recognizing and going back and apologizing,
Yeah. That's key.
for myself, and I'm just going to put this little tidbit out on me because it's about questions I'm asking you.
Mhm.
One of the things that mattered to me the most was making sure that when God showed me how I was messing my kids up, for me to get right and then go and apologize to them for the things that I had done to them, the lies that I had told, the promises that I had made that I didn't keep, the anger that I presented as a man, as a young father, carrying the weight and the responsibility of a wife and kids and all this
Mm-hmm.
newness. And I took out a lot of things on our kids.
Yeah.
And I had to go back and apologize. When God healed me and made me whole, the journey of the wholeness of our family, He put that responsibility on me to go back and apologize and make right that which I had
Yeah.
made wrong. I thank God that when I look at our family now, is that seeing the healing and the wholeness of our family, even through
Mm-hmm.
our own
Mm-hmm.
their own situations, but seeing whole and a healthy family, especially because we
Yeah.
come from broken homes.
Mm-hmm.
All
Mm-hmm.
right, so
Now, a quick question for you
sure.
is, what do you think that did for our kids when you went to them and you apologized? Because not a lot of parents won't do that.
Yeah.
They'll make mistakes and they'll know that they messed up,
Mm.
but they won't admit it. They don't want to face it. What do you think that did for our kids when you went to them as young adults, teenagers, young adults, and apologized? What do you think that did for them?
Started creating trust.
Yeah.
My
Yep.
anger broke trust because I was violating them.
Yeah.
And I wasn't an abusive father, but when
Mm-hmm.
I whooped,
Yeah.
I
Kind of
chastised,
crossing that
crossing
line
that
of,
line. Yeah,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
it wasn't like I was this, beating our kids, anything like that. But when they got in
Mm-hmm.
trouble, then I would take out on them. So it started creating trust that dad is willing to recognize his wrongs. And it was kind of
Yeah.
like they started peeking their heads around the corner because they would never talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
It was always, well, we're gonna go to mom. We'll talk to
Yeah.
mom because mom was the nurturer. She was lighthearted, and dad was what? What do you want? And even during family times where I would sit and go in our basement or I would go off somewhere else,
Yeah. You would separate
where I was
yourself
always
from the
separated.
family. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so when I went in and apologized, then I started being intentional with spending time. But it started creating trust. They were
Yeah.
peeking their heads around the corner and realizing it's safe.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
we talk all the time.
All the
They call
time.
me like,
Yep.
Dad, the wisdom that God has given me, let me holler at you for a minute. And I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
And I thank God that He healed that because had He not, then we would have been a broken home.
Yeah.
So that's what it did, baby.
Absolutely.
It created trust.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good.
All right.
That's good.
Was motherhood what you expected it to be?
Gosh. I don't know if I had any expectations. Maybe there were some, but I would say I didn't realize just how hard motherhood parenting would be until I
Yeah.
was in it.
Mm.
I can say specifically, like for my relationship with our daughter.
And we got one daughter,
One daughter, four
four
boys,
boys,
and one
one
girl.
girl.
And I can say, like, when she was growing up, I remember feeling disappointed. Like, so we
Mm.
were fine. Like, we were always very
Yeah.
close when she was young. She was my sweet little angel. And it was something about when she hit like that 12,
Yeah.
13, completely different little monster.
Mm. Oh yeah, I remember.
And I tell people that
Ooh.
our daughter hated me from the age of like 12 to 18,
Oh yeah.
that stretch of
Yes.
time. And
Yes.
I remember being disappointed because I always wanted a close relationship
Mm.
with our daughter. Like that
Yeah.
mother daughter bond to me is something I always wanted.
Yeah.
And I remember just being disappointed during those years. I'm like, I'm doing everything I can to, try to build trust and relationship.
Mm.
And like the closer I would try to get to her, the more she would back away. And then
Mm.
she would start, whether that
Mm.
rebellious
Oh, I
phase,
remember.
and
I
so
remember.
yeah,
Ooh.
then I had to go into the I'm not your little friend
Yeah.
mode. So I think that was probably the most. If I had expectations, it would have been that me and my daughter, we would have this close knit relationship all
Yeah.
throughout. When that was absent for those 5 years or so, that was disappointing.
Okay.
So outside of that, I didn't really know what to expect with parenting.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but it was a lot harder than what I would have imagined. Yeah, yeah.
So, put in the comments, was there a time that your children became monsters? You know, was there a time, and I don't want to say monsters, but was there a time that you felt like there was something that they went through their change and there was a disconnect? Put it in the comments and let us know. All right, so
You answered some good questions too.
oh, thank you. All right, so what are you proud of the most when you look back at how you parented?
I think I am most proud of how I built trust with our kids.
You did, you did,
Always, even though
yes.
they didn't always come to me about everything, they didn't always share
Mhm.
their experiences or their feelings on everything,
Yeah,
but I built a really good foundation of trust with them to let them know you can come and talk to me about
you
anything.
did,
I don't care how
yes, you
difficult the
did,
topic may be to you, nothing that's too shocking that we can't
yeah,
talk about. So
yeah,
I always set a foundation with them that I'm here.
yeah,
No matter, I will bend over hell and backwards to make sure that I'm here to support you, that I'm
yeah,
here, as a listening ear. Um, and then, of course, as they became adults, that's when it came into fruition for the most part. Well, now we talk about anything and everything. So
yeah.
that I'm most proud of.
You know, and that's the one thing I admire the most about you is the tone that you set with the kids young,
Yeah.
and I see how they call, and they call both of us,
Hmm.
but I hear your conversations and I know it's deep when you'll go up into the upper level of our home
Close the door
and
off.
close the door. you
See,
you'll
they don't
close
need to hear this conversation.
and you go into the top suite of the house,
Uh huh.
and then you'll be like, I'll hear it when you close the door to go up into the top suite. You be like,
Yeah.
shh, I'll be like, and then you be up there. But I always admired the way that you built that trust with our kids and
Yeah.
how they can confide in you certain things and how you're like a safe.
Yeah.
You lock it in, whatever you all talk about, you lock it
Yeah.
in, and then you also have carried yourself in such a way that nothing has ever gotten out. And I
Yeah.
admire that and respect
Yeah.
that about you
I
and
take pride in
relationship.
that too. And,
Yeah.
not just with our children, but with friends, family. If somebody shares something with me
Hmm.
and they share something with me in confidence, um, first of all, I'm honored that you would even trust me enough to share
Yes.
something, in confidence with me. And I
Yeah.
take that serious.
Yeah.
So I've never been the type to go around and gossiping about guess what such and such said, and
Hmm.
so that's not my style.
Yeah.
And so I try to handle people the way that I want to be handled. If I put my trust in you, then that's what I'm expecting. So I try not to break that.
I taught you well.
You taught me well.
Truth be told, that was one of the things I always instilled in her. If somebody says something to you, keep it to
Oh
yourself,
yeah, definitely.
because the
Yeah.
worst thing that you can do is be a gossiper or a busybody about
Mhm.
somebody's
Mhm.
business, and you lose trust with that person.
Yeah.
And it came from meetings. I would be in meetings and they would be like, these are confidential meetings,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
you'd be like, what was the meeting about? I'm like,
Yep.
none of your
So I ain't telling
business.
you. I'm like, I won't say nothing.
And I'm like, you're right, because you won't know.
True story.
And I remember when you first did it to me, I felt a little slighted. I was like, what was that about? You was like,
Don't
oh,
worry
nothing.
about
I'm
it.
like,
Right.
the audacity. All right. There's a couple more questions,
Mhm.
babe. Uh, what was one moment as a mother that you'll never forget?
Mm. Probably many moments. The first thought that comes to mind is when we renewed our vows
Okay.
last year. Um, for those that don't know, we renewed our vows last year, August 30th.
30 on
30
30.
years, August 30th, 30
Yeah.
on 30,
30 on 30.
celebrated 30 years of marriage. Our youngest son, Brandon, walking me down the
Oh,
aisle.
yeah. Yeah.
That was such a special moment. The whole entire ceremony. I mean, having
Mm,
all of our children, our grandchildren, um, they were part of the wedding, the vow renewal, and then having our youngest son walk me down the aisle.
yeah.
Um,
Mr. Muscles.
Mr. Muscles,
Hey, Mom.
that was that was such a beautiful
Yeah,
experience. I
it
mean, it was a
was.
full
It
circle moment
was.
because of everything we've gone through,
Yeah.
and we never would have imagined we would have even been standing here today, 30 years later. So, and our children, our oldest children, who witnessed the things that we've gone through, the ups and
Yeah.
downs, they never thought we would have made it
Yeah,
this
so
far.
didn't.
So for them to be a
Ah,
part of the ceremony and to witness what God has done,
yeah.
that was memorable. That was
Okay.
special.
So I got a question. This one. So okay, what do you hope our children will remember the most about your parenting as a mother?
You asking some good questions today. What do I hope that our children will
Because our
remember?
kids have kids now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. So the question is, what do I hope that
Our
our
children remember the
children
most.
about my parenting?
Yes.
I think just what I mentioned earlier, as far as is building that trust with their children,
There you go. Yep.
to set the same
Yep.
tone, to
Yep.
nurture their children the same way,
Yeah.
and to be better than I was,
Yeah.
because again, we were young parents, so we made a lot of
Mm-hmm.
mistakes. And no matter how old you are as a parent, you're always going to make mistakes because
Yeah.
it's on the job training.
Yeah.
For every phase that your child grows through, it's your first time experiencing just like it is
It's just
theirs.
there.
So just giving your children grace,
Yes.
building that relationship, that foundation of trust, of love.
Yeah.
Their home should be their solitude.
Yep. Yep.
It shouldn't be a stressful place. It shouldn't be a place where they have to um, worry or stress. It should be
Mm-hmm.
comfort.
Yes.
And so just building that
Yes.
foundation for the
Now she
children.
didn't know I was hitting her with these
I did
questions.
not, but
She
he's
did not
asking some
know.
good questions. I like this.
And it's
I like
funny,
this
but
off the cuff thing.
yeah, and it's funny because when my wife first started college, she wanted to be a journalist.
Mm-hmm.
So she always has this question where she would say, "You don't ask enough questions."
You don't.
So am I
So I'm
asking
so
enough
proud of
questions?
you. I'm having a proud wife moment right now.
Okay, all right. So, uh,
I could do this all night. Like,
yeah, I'm trying to think. I got a few questions here. I'm trying to think
okay.
which one I want to ask you.
All right.
Hmm.
Trying to see which one is the right one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Okay, what what did you carry silently that people may have not known as a parent?
Man, that's deep. I'm gonna get through this question without crying, y'all. Ooh, okay. What I carried silently. Ooh, you got me on camera about to smear my makeup. Man, I would say always questioning, am I doing enough?
Hmm.
Am I enough? Am I am I creating anything in my children
Yeah.
that would cause them to need therapy? That part. Um, and while raising them, and then as adults, or as they move into those teenage years, adult years, you have no control, right,
Yeah.
over their decision making. Um, as adults, they're always on your heart, and
Mhm.
that's saying that when they're young, they're on your hands. When they're
Yes.
older, they're on your heart. It's
Yes.
such a true
Yes.
saying,
Yes, it
and so
is.
that part,
Yes, it is.
yeah, it's a not being able to control the decisions that your
Mm-hmm.
young adult children make,
Mm-hmm.
knowing the outcome. You know the
Yeah.
outcome, but you
Yeah.
can't control their decisions. That's
Okay. All right. So that's what you
hard. Okay,
carry silently.
sorry, I
No,
didn't get
that's
my
all right.
Kleenex
That's all
in
right.
there.
I was debating, so you see me pause
I see you
because I
like,
was like,
is
do
she
I
gonna
want to?
break down?
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, do I ask this question right now or do I save
Yeah.
it to the end? So I got two more questions for you.
Okay.
What did motherhood teach you about sacrifice?
Ooh, motherhood is the ultimate sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it taught me. It is all about selflessness,
Yeah.
all about sacrifices. Your children's needs always come before your own.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's the ultimate sacrifice. And so, anyone who's not ready to be a parent should not.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, circumstances happen where,
Yeah.
you know, that's not always something you can
Yeah.
plan
Yeah.
for. Um, but anyone who is considering being a parent, ask yourself the question, are you ready to be the most selfless version of yourself?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because you're responsible for holding the life,
Yeah.
not just financially, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually,
Yes.
all the things that
Yes.
you're responsible for.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
not for the weak at all.
All right. So that actually ties into my last question for this episode.
Okay.
What would you give what wisdom would you give younger parents today?
That's a broad question. Um,
Well, you kind of summed it
hmm,
up in a lot of ways. Nurturing, create
mm-hmm.
safe spaces,
Yeah, yeah,
always be that safe space for your children.
yeah.
You're going to have challenges. You're going to think that you're doing something wrong, but
Mm-hmm.
just know that, and I love what you said, that's the first time both of you all have been there.
Yeah.
And so we're both learning, we're both trying to figure this thing out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm figuring out how to correctly discipline without
Yeah.
over disciplining.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out how to make sure that I give you enough space to develop and not put inside of you what I want you to be, but seeing who
Yeah.
you are and creating that, cultivating what I see.
Yeah.
Because you can have
Mm-hmm.
all these kids come from the same two parents but have all these different personalities.
Totally different
I mean,
personalities.
they could be you like, well, where did you come from? Who are
Mm-hmm.
you? But
Mm-hmm.
I came from you,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
And so you
That
really,
that does give me something. What you're saying pretty much is give yourself grace.
mm,
Give yourself grace
yeah,
as parents. Give your children grace because you are both learning this thing.
yeah,
Um, so grace is huge.
mm,
And then you just tapped in on it also is as you're watching your children grow and develop, you're realizing what their personalities are, what their
yeah,
strengths are.
yeah,
Um, Encourage and cultivate and nurture those strengths.
yes,
If you have a child that is seem like they are just the one that beats their own drum, you tell them to go right, they go left. That is very well could very
yeah.
well be the leader.
That's right.
And so just learning
That's
how to
right.
redirect that energy in a
Yeah,
positive way.
yeah,
So little things like that, just realizing your children's personalities and strengths and encouraging and cultivating those
yeah.
things in them.
That's good. You know,
Yeah.
oftentimes we can miss that
Mm-hmm.
because we can cultivate them to what we want and
Yeah.
not see their
And
gifts,
you can break them if
and you
if
can
you
break.
don't handle them
That's
appropriately.
right.
Yep.
And so I thank you, babe.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank
for
you. This
the
was fun.
prop to interview.
I wasn't sure what kind of questions he was going to ask me, but thank you.
And I would like to thank you all for taking a few moments to let us into your lives, to
Yes,
be able to share. We truly believe that this is what God has purposed us to do and called us to do. And we take this ministry very seriously. So we just thank
absolutely.
you for allowing us a few moments to come into your lives. And thank you. Thank you for those that have given us the positive feedback. We are on a consistent journey now
Hmm.
to create a space where we can start investing into marriages. So please be looking out for our social media platforms. We are looking to prayerfully soon start some marriage enrichment days or
Hmm.
retreats or
Conferences.
conferences
Yep.
because we thank God for what He's done for us and how He healed our marriage, how
Yeah.
He healed our family, how He just didn't heal but He made whole. And I think about the
Hmm.
scripture that says, and Jesus asked a question, "Wilt thou be made whole?" And oftentimes we not there's still pieces and things that are still jagged that God is still um, trying to heal and to make whole. So thank you all for allowing us the space and the time into your ears, into your eyes, and into your life.
Yes.
And
Yes.
if
Please
there's,
like and
oh yeah,
share,
yeah, like and share,
subscribe.
yeah, like and
Help us to grow
subscribe.
our channel so we can get
Yes,
this message out. Like my husband said, we're passionate about this. This is ministry for us, marriage ministry, and it is our joy, it is our passion, it is our love to encourage and support marriages and families. Because life is hard. It's not
yeah,
always easy, and you need someone to come alongside you to help to let you know that you can make it, that there's nothing that you've been through that you can't get through and that you can't get through, especially with the help of the Lord.
that's
So we
right.
thank you for your support. Every time you like, every time you share, every time each one that subscribes, it just helps us that much more to share and get this out. So we do thank you.
Yes, thank you. And before we close out, is in the comments, please, if there's anything that we can pray for your marriage about, please put it in the comments. If there's
Yes.
anything that we can pray for you all for and keep you all lifted, please put it in the comment section. We do plan to start
Yes.
going live at some points. We still
Mm-hmm.
have to build up our, I guess, our subscribers, but we do want to go live where we can
Yeah.
pray with people and answer questions because we love to have fun. And God has given us a wisdom in marriage, and we are just so thankful. So, hey,
Yes.
without sweating your ear any longer, thank you. Be blessed, and we'll see you soon. God's
Thank
will.
you. God,
All right.
God bless.